Okay, so new trailers came out for three things I'm really excited for: the Loki TV show, Black Widow movie, and the Suicide Squad. And I figured rather than covering each of these trailers in separate videos, I might as well make one full video looking at all the trailers. Also, because the trailers that I'm talking about in this video, I don't really have a whole lot to say about. I want to give my opinions on them, however, I don't exactly have a whole lot to say. Also, for these trailers, I won't be doing breakdowns, instead I'll just be giving my quick thoughts on them. Let's start the video off with talking about the Black Widow trailer that came out. So yeah, a new Black Widow trailer came out, and honestly I wasn't expecting this. I thought all the marketing for the film had already been released, and it would just come out. So I was very happy when they released a new trailer, because I am really excited for this movie. Hell, this was my most anticipated comic book movie of 2021, even more so than stuff like the Snyder Cut. I even made a video talking about why I was super excited for it. Anyway, let me talk about the trailer. Right off the bat, I really appreciated the opening of the trailer and how it showed Black Widow, several clips of her in previous MCU movies, kind of showing her legacy throughout the MCU. She's one of my favorite characters in the MCU, so as a fan of Black Widow, I really appreciated this. Especially when they showed her death, which is one of my favorite scenes in the film. In this trailer, we also get to see little clips of Black Widow and her sister when she was younger, and I actually am really glad that we get this. Seeing flashbacks of her when she was a child will be really nice to see, and I'm glad that from what it shows it seems to be pretty inspirational. We also get to see more of the action in this trailer, and I'm really glad about that, as the action scenes seem to be pretty awesome, and it looks like there will be an action set piece for everyone. We also get to see more of Taskmaster's appearance in this trailer, and honestly, I don't understand the hate towards the costume. Obviously, it's not the best costume in the world, and there are definitely better designs to pick. But honestly, I think it's a pretty decent costume. Not as good as stuff like the Spider-Man PS4, but overall pretty good. The trailer also states that the widows that are chasing after Natasha and her family are being mind controlled, or that's how it says at least. And personally, I don't like that. I would rather that they were at their own free will, but that's just me, I guess. Anyway, I guess that's my take on the Black Widow trailer. This movie didn't really get me more excited, however, my excitement hasn't gone down, which is always good. So yeah, I am still very excited for the movie. Alright, so next up is Suicide Squad, and honestly, I think this movie looks pretty good as well. Now, from how it seems like it's gonna be the same basic premise where all the characters have bombs placed in their head and they're designed to save the world from some abnormal threat. Now, this is where I'm quickly gonna criticize the trailer. Usually, the task of the Suicide Squad is to do stuff that the Justice League wouldn't normally do, such as break into Arkham and eliminate a prisoner. Now, I'm fine with changing stuff from the comics in order to adapt into a movie. However, sometimes in situations like this one, it just doesn't make a whole lot of sense. You're telling me that you get a bunch of criminals that people like Batman were able to defeat, and just have them all fight a Superman level threat? No, send the Justice League, don't send the fucking Suicide Squad. Anyway, with that said, I actually really like this trailer. I like the look of it, and I liked a lot of the characters as the casting for the Suicide Squad. This film has a lot of Suicide Squad members, way more than that 2016 film and the new video game that's coming out. We even get to see characters like Brainiac, King Shark, and many others, and personally, I'm extremely excited to see King Shark and also Peacemaker. These are just such absurd characters, but I really want to see them. I'm especially really excited to see King Shark because King Shark is King Shark. Like seriously, this man is sexy and cute. Also, some of the humor worked for me, such as in the opening scene where we see Harley escapes mention even though all the Suicide Squad was going to make an elaborate plan to rescue her. Humor like this I really enjoyed. Although some jokes like this one, I didn't really laugh at. They're not really bad, however, I just didn't really find them funny. Something else I liked about the trailer is there are some absolutely gorgeous shots here. Like seriously, it's genuinely fucking amazing. It seems like the villain is going to be this huge star thing. If I'm being honest, I have no idea who this is. But that's definitely an interesting villain to choose. However, this entire movie has a whole bunch of interesting villains to choose for its cast, so that's not really much of a surprise. So even though I'm not very convinced on some of the humor in this movie, I overall am still very excited for it. Alright, so next up is the Loki TV show. Now, if I'm going to be honest, I don't really like the premise that Loki's getting his own TV show. He had a great spin-off in Infinity War, and the fact that they brought him back to a really cheap way in Endgame kind of pissed me off. I just want him to stay dead, because now he's died like 4 or 5 times, and it's really getting annoying. However, I do like the basic setup and premise about how Loki taking the Tesseract has caused a whole bunch of fuck-ups in reality, so now he's working with like the Protectors of Time. I don't know what the fuck they are, to be honest. But yeah, he's working with them and how they're kind of like the little protectors of everything, how they have like scripts that confirm about everything that a single person has ever said. I like that. It's a really wild premise, especially compared to the other two Marvel shows we've gotten. WandaVision, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and Loki all seem so incredibly different. And Loki seems to have the most type of space stuff. There are some great from what seem to be action scenes, especially on the purple planet, as well as the lighting makes it look really good. Also, some cinematography was great. Now, I don't know who these main sci-fi people are because I don't read the comics all that much. I have read some comics, obviously, but I don't recognize these characters. However, I wonder if we're going to get characters like the Watchers in here or something, because I do remember them from the comics, especially since they clearly know a lot of information about a lot of stuff because they're basically the protectors of time or something. But yeah, I think Loki looks like a fun show. It's not necessarily my most anticipated thing of the year, especially since I think Black Widow looks better, and also the Suicide Squad. But that's mostly a subjective thing because I'm just not a fan of the show's existence because of the fact that I believe Loki should be dead, much like the Ahsoka series. I wouldn't have minded a series about them, however, it kind of came too late, especially since they've already had a fake or cop out death, so now I don't really have much interest in it as I believe they should be dead, especially since they would have already had a perfect conclusion, but they had to bring them back in a cheap way. But overall, I am kind of excited for Loki. So that's going to be it for this video. I hope you guys did enjoy. Obviously, I am excited for all three of these things. I'm obviously excited for some stuff more than others. However, all of them I am relatively excited for. Anyway, have a nice day.